If you're new to using Twitter, or if you just want a refresher on it, in this video, I want to show you step by step exactly how to use Twitter. Twitter is one of the oldest social media platforms and it's been around since 2006, but back then it was only a text-based platform where you could only share your thoughts in text format. Now they've added videos, photos, and a whole lot more. Now Twitter could be accessed at twitter.com on a website. They do have a mobile app on iPhone and Android, but you could set it up here and it all syncs up between the app and the website. And I'll make a dedicated app video that I'll link below as well. And when you first jump into twitter.com, it's going to ask you to sign in if you're new to Twitter to make an account, but you don't actually have to do that if you just want to browse. But if you do browse, it's going to be limited. You can't actually like anything. You can't compose your own posts or your own tweets. So I recommend as the very first step, you create an account here on the side of the page. So for creating an account as your very first step, all you have to do is type in your name, your phone number or email, and your birthday, only because you have to be 13 years old to use Twitter, so it's gonna ask you to verify that. Then there's a privacy setting. If you allow Twitter to check your web history, to customize what you see, you could check this on or off, press next. For your account, choose a name, choose an email, and choose date of birth, and press sign up. And then you could put a profile picture. You could change this at any time, so I'm gonna skip this for now. And then you need to create a unique username. Your name actually wasn't the username, so type in a unique username here. And as long as you get a check mark, that means this is available, press next. And you could allow notifications here on your computer. Then it's gonna ask what kind of categories are you interested in, so you could customize Twitter for you. You could pick 3 here, choose right here. And then it's gonna recommend you follow some accounts. This is a social media platform, so it is recommended you follow a few different accounts. You could just press follow next to their name here to follow them, and then press next. You could follow people after this as well, so you don't have to follow anyone right now. Now for step 2, let's explore Twitter. So when you land on the homepage, you should see 2 different sections. There's a For You section and there's a Following section. So the Following section is only gonna show you the accounts that you followed. So I just followed 3 accounts. So as I scroll down, I'm going to see only tweets or posts from that specific accounts that I'm following. Now the For You page is a combination of accounts you're following, but it will also show you things based on your activity or based on what you told it that you liked. So you're gonna see different things here than just what you're following, the different accounts you're following. So you could switch between these 2 anytime. This right here is where you post your own tweets. We'll cover that in a second. On the left side, there's some options for the different menus. Again, we'll cover this. On the right side, what's happening is kind of like what's trending in the world and on Twitter right now. So they're gonna appear over here. And who to follow, this is gonna appear over here. It's gonna make some recommendations. And as you scroll through the homepage, the way you interact now that you have an account with a tweet is all the options underneath one. So you could read it here. You could sometimes click on a link if they have a link available. You could press this option. This is called a reply. It's kind of like making a comment on a post. So you can make your own comments here and then just press reply. This option is called a retweet. So if you click this right here, you could retweet, meaning you're sharing this on your own profile. So if you press retweet, it's going to basically post it as you, that you shared this. That's what a retweet is. Here is where you like something, so you give it this heart. Here is basically the view count or the analytics behind a post. And this last option gives you 3 options. You could copy a link to a tweet, so you could email it, for example. You could send it as a direct message. That's when you send it to one other person or a group of people using the messaging platform. This is not sharing it publicly. This is a private message called a direct message or DM. I'll talk about that in a bit. And you could also bookmark it here and that will appear on your bookmarks. It's a way to save a tweet so you could refer back to it later. And then from here, if you're on the For You page, you could basically hover over a name and it lets you follow or unfollow someone from here. This one I'm already following, but sometimes on the For You page, it's going to show you accounts you're not following and you could just directly follow them from here. You could also follow them from their profile page, but I'll show you the profile page in a bit. So in this step, what I recommend is you follow a good amount of people so it populates your Twitter, so it makes it more useful. So you could do this again from here, from your For You page, or you could go to this Explore tab over here. And basically with the Explore tab, if you scroll down here, it's going to again show you who to follow and give you some other recommendations, and you could press show more and then follow a bunch of different people from here. Okay, so if you wanted to follow different people, you could just click following from over here. Now, what's also useful is the search option. So you could obviously follow people or companies from here too. So I'm gonna type in a company name. I could go ahead and search for that company name. And then it's gonna let me, if I go to the people tab, for example, it's gonna show me all the different profiles here, and I could just follow them from here as well. If I go to top or latest, it's just gonna show me tweets from my search. So that's what I recommend you do, is go to the people tab, search different people or different companies that you like, and then go ahead and follow them from here. Another useful option on the Explore page is if you go to trending right here, it's gonna show you based on your country, all the different things that are trending. So a lot of people kind of see what's popular right now based on the trending tab. And there's also a For You page and other categories. But this is a very interesting place to kind of see the latest, greatest on Twitter that day. This changes constantly every hour. Now, in the next step, let's go ahead and compose our own tweets. So right over here where it says what is happening, you could actually post to Twitter yourself. That's called a tweet. You could also press this option right here to tweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it from here, but it gets you the same exact option, okay? So I'm gonna say maybe later. Now here, you have a privacy setting. So you could do everyone. This is a public tweet. Anyone could go to your profile and see that, or it may get recommended to them. And there's this thing called Twitter Circle. This is basically a private group that I haven't created yet, but you could tweet to them. Typically, you do everyone here for your tweet, and then you type your first tweet. Okay, that would go over here. Now, there's a limit on how many characters you could type here. Okay, so as you could see, this is filling up over here. So if I actually paste a lot right here, you could see I ran out of a character limit. So you do have a character limit. That limit right now is 280 characters. So when you see this red and it says 0, that means everything else is not going to be able to be added to a tweet. So you'll have to actually make this 280 characters. They may change this limit. They did change it years ago. It used to be actually be 140, so they doubled it to 280. But you do have this plus sign. If you press this, you could actually add another tweet to that tweet. So if you have a longer thought, this is the way to get around the limitation. This is called a thread if you do it this way, and you could actually just tweet it from there as you add to it. Now, a few other options you have here. You could add media, so you could add photos and videos from this tab here. You could add GIFs here, so it's gonna let you search and post any of these as part of your tweet as well. You also could do polls. Polls are very popular on Twitter, and it's gonna let people basically take votes, but this could be its own tweet as well. Your emojis, this is your whole emojis here that you could go ahead and add like that from here, and you could schedule this for a later time. When you're happy with it, just go ahead and press tweet. Now this is going to be a public one since I chose everyone. And while we're here, I'll show you how to share photos and videos. You could click this tab right here, media. It's gonna get access to your library here. And then you could double click on any image that you have on your computer, and it's gonna allow you to share it. Now you could still write text, so your text could go along with the video or the photo, and you actually still have a limit on how much you could share. And you could add a description and tag people as well. So let me explain this while we're here. There's two main things with a tweet to get it to be discoverable by other people. One is called hashtag. So if you type in a hashtag and you could type in something like this, it's gonna give you some recommendations. Now hashtags are searchable too. So when you go to the Explore page, a lot of things on Twitter basically get labeled with these hashtags, and it makes them discoverable. Okay, so I recommend if you're trying to grow your Twitter following, use hashtags appropriate to the type of post you're making. The other option you have along with hashtags is you could use the @ So the @ is above the number 2 on your keyboard. You could do Control-2 or Command-2 on a Mac, and then type in another username. So I could type in another username that will appear here on their search, and I could tag them. This will get their attention in a way where they will basically see this on their profile if they have that setting available. And then you could press tweet from here once you use your hashtags and you use the mention sign. Now let me show you the profile page here. So on the left side, let's go to the profile tab. Everyone on Twitter has a profile page. So this is a place if someone clicks your profile, they could follow you from here. And I didn't complete mine, so I'm gonna say set up profile here. Now this profile picture, let me add one just to show you. With a profile, you have some options to kind of resize it and crop it, and then press apply. and then press next here. And then you also have this banner that shows up on top of your page, so you could add that too. And I'm gonna press apply there. And then you could add your bio here, describe yourself. So if this is a business page or personal, make sure you add a sentence or two here. You could add a location if you like. And then now I'm gonna press see profile. Now it's a lot more complete, right? It has a little bit about me. And then the name, you could actually have a name and then the @mention sign. So there's two different ways to show up on Twitter. The name doesn't have to be unique. That's what we set up our account with. But the @mention sign, that has to be unique. Only one person on Twitter could have that. Other people will have to have some kind of variation to it if they want to use the same one. But anything could be edited from this profile page, and you could change anything we just added to our profile. And then over here, any tweet that I've created before shows up over here. Anything that I retweeted, I showed you that in the beginning, shows up over here as well. And then the replies, if I reply to a tweet, they will all appear over here, and medias and likes will show up. So if I decide to delete something, I press the three dots. I could pin it to my profile too. That means it's the first thing that people will see, and I could delete it from here. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that from here. Next, I wanna show you direct messages. So Twitter is very powerful with messaging other people that use Twitter. That's this tab right over here. Let's jump in there. And then you could press write a message from here. So you could search for people on Twitter. So I'll search another account I have here. Now with some people, they have a setting where you can't message them. So it says can't be messaged. But some people have that setting open, so you could actually direct message them. So if I select someone that can be messaged, I could do this with multiple people to create a group message too. I could then press next, and then I could basically type my message over here on the very bottom of the page. I could again add photos and videos as well with media, GIFs, and emojis here. And then I could type my text and then press the airplane icon over here to send them a direct message. And you'll see the replies over here under messages, and you could reply to them from this page. And let's go back to the home page. I want to show you this other option too. When you see someone's tweets, again, you could select their name and go to their profile page here. And on their profile page, you have this on your own as well. You see the following, that's how many people this account is following and how many people are following this account. Okay, so their followers show up over here as well. It also shows when that account was created. And again, you could follow and unfollow from here. But the useful option from this page is you could press these three dots, and you could actually train Twitter a little bit by saying if you're not interested in a specific tweet, tell that, and the For You page will actually learn over time or just from your activities. But the three other options I wanted to show you is you could also unfollow people that you followed here previously. You could also mute them. So this is a useful option if you don't want to see tweets from them but not fully unfollow them. Or you could just block them. They basically will disappear from Twitter. Now, two more things I'll cover quickly before we wrap up. If you press the More option, you'll get some more advanced options here. But the one I like under Settings here, you could actually change the display. So there's a couple of different dark modes that Twitter has that are very, very useful. So you could select them from here. And if you want larger font size or smaller font sizes, you'll kind of see that from this page by changing the font size. So customizing your page all takes place from over here. I'm going to press done there. And there's an option for a paid version of this platform called Twitter Blue. And they're constantly changing this. This has been going through a lot of different revisions lately. But for basically a monthly plan, you could do this on the website and the mobile apps. You get some more upgraded options like longer and better videos. You could edit tweets. For some reason, you can't edit tweets after you post a tweet with the free version of Twitter, so you'll have to pay for that. And there's going to be a bunch of other options that are rolling out to Twitter Blue. I have dedicated videos for this paid version of Twitter. This was just an overview of the free version. And check out the video to the mobile version of the Twitter app that I'll link below. And I hope you found this useful. See you next time.